Well, if you have fallen behind on your student loans, you are not alone. In fact, according to Wallet Hub, Missouri delinquencies jumped nearly 60% in the first quarter of this year, which took the #1 spot in our country. And now we know that people will be facing wage garnishments, something we have not seen in years. Jeff Sachs from Sachs Financial is here with us this morning to tell about all of this, as well as talk about the market. But let's begin first of all with this student loan situation. What is going on in the state of Missouri?
Well, that's a great question. I mean, there's a couple factors that could be happening. They've restarted collecting back payments. That could be part of it, but really it could also be that folks just haven't paid, didn't realize that they didn't have to pay, and they've gone months without that. Because those garnishments have started back up, it looks like it's an upswing. There's, like you said, 60% increase over the quarter for the first quarter in 2025. So that means thousands of people are now faced with either delinquencies or late payments.
So what should people know about garnishments and what that will do to your financial ranking as well as your bank account right now?
Right, it's not a good thing. So garnishment happens if you're in delinquency, and delinquency is 9 months or more behind in payments. So you can be late by 30 days or 60 days, but if you are 9 months plus, they're going to say you're in default. Then they will garnish your wages, and without going to court, they can claw back 15% of what they call your disposable income, which you might say, okay, how do they determine that?
Right.
They determine that by saying, we're going to look at your paycheck, and then we're going to take out the required taxes, and then whatever's left is your disposable income. So they'll take 15% of that to start getting back on track. And once that starts, it's really hard to stop until you get caught up.
So if I'm someone right now that's in a panic because I've received that letter, what should I do? Can I reach out to the loan company or what do I do?
Yeah, so number one, don't ignore the letters, right? They're gonna send you letters. In some cases, they said they've been sending emails out. Respond to those. Make sure that you contact, if your loan is through Mohila here in Missouri, contact them, go on their website, go on studentaid.gov and check the status of your loan. Make sure to get those payments in. There is income-driven repayment programs that can reduce the payments down to almost zero depending on your overall income. And there is a one-time shot really, which is called the Fresh Start Initiative. If you have never done this before and you are delinquent or behind, you can fill out some paperwork with student aid and restart your loan payments.
Okay. A lot of times we like to look at things and say, well, if I make somewhat of a payment, maybe then they'll give me some type of leeway and say, well, at least they're trying.
Yep.
Does that count at all, or should you make that full payment when they want it?
I mean, I would tell you in previous administrations, there was a lot more leniency, right? There was not collections. They weren't reporting it to the credit agencies from COVID on. And this administration with the new Department of Education has said, we want to make an effort to collect all of these student loans. So they have changed programs. They have actively gone after people that aren't paying. So I would say at the very least, pay what you can, but call somebody and talk about restructuring your loan.
Communication is key, and acting now is also important too. Let's talk about the market.
Okay.
You said things are looking really good right now.
I mean, when the Fed cuts interest rates, it usually gives a little gas on the fire that is the economy, which is causing the market to go up. So that is a great thing for all of us that have 401ks and IRAs and follow the market. It could also mean that inflation is ticking up, which is what we're seeing, and that can be a drag on the economy. So I would tell anybody, I have to be careful about what I say because I'm not giving advice, right?
True, true.
So, but I would say just keep an eye on it. If you've got all your money in the market and you have huge gains, we have clients that come in and say, I can't believe how well the market has been doing. Take a look and make sure you're comfortable with the amount of risk that you're taking in your overall retirement portfolio.
Okay, there's so many questions to ask. As a person who's inching their way closer to retirement, you sit there and you think, okay, let it ride, or do I move things over, diversify and stuff like this? And I know we can't do advice, so maybe you and I will talk later.
Sounds good.
Another time we give you a little bit of a phone call, but this student loan situation is very serious.
It is.
And a lot of people right now are, barely making it with some of these positions that they own, and now they owe all that money back.
Right. Well, it's it's serious because it affects everybody. It might not just be the borrower that, the student that took out the loan. A lot of times parents or grandparents co-sign on a loan. And when they do that and that goes in default, that garnishment could affect somebody that's in retirement on a fixed income, and the government can garnish your Social Security, they can withhold your tax refund, and obviously they can go after your paycheck. So it is very important to make sure that you stay on top of these things. Not only that, but it also affects your credit.
Right.
So they weren't reporting this to the credit agencies, but now they are. If you are late, it shows up as a late payment. But if you are delinquent, it could lower your credit score by 100 points or more, which could affect you getting a car loan, it could affect your mortgage, and in some cases, it could affect the job that you're applying for.
Wow. Okay. Good to know. Good to know. And if you do have some co-signers, please let them know if you have received
Absolutely.
any type of paperwork. Thank you so much for being here.
My
Appreciate
pleasure.
all your insight. Let's get over to Gary now.